Coming up at 5.
I would say almost every family that we had through our agency that were utilizing formula did have some struggle.
The formula shortage hit families hard, but new developments should help supply catch back up to demand. Plus,
that just helped a lot of students because the students got a lot of problems.
After Jefferson City cut back on public transportation, Lincoln University steps in to help students get around. And in Washington,
I'm asking you my question. Answer my question.
The Senate Judiciary Committee grilled Merrick Garland on fentanyl-related deaths. That's on KOMU News right now. Coming up, the Federal Reserve raised interest rates today. Find out why the latest increase is different.
Well, it's the first day of Black History Month. Find out where you can learn more about our past next.
15 feet of snow, that's the number for the latest storm that hit Yosemite National Park. Now, this is what that much snow actually looks like. As a result, the park is closed, of course, as you can imagine. Officials say they don't know exactly when they'll be able to reopen it. Crews are working to restore critical services. Wow, 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 Kesley. Ooh, that's a lot of snow.
It's a lot of snow.
More so than I've ever seen, to be honest. So, Kesley, it's a beautiful day here in mid-Missouri. So do we have to worry about anything like that coming?
Definitely not that much snow. I was kind of running the numbers in my head as you were saying that. I was like, wow, that is like 2.75 Mies stacked on top of each other, just in terms of snow.
Well, expect to pay more on credit cards, mortgage rates, and auto loan rates. In just the last couple of hours, the Federal Reserve announced it is raising interest rates. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Emily Spain.
And I'm Noah Klein. Thanks so much for joining us. The central bank is raising rates by as much as a 0.5 percentage point. CNN's Gloria Pazmino explains how the Biden administration hopes this move will help fight inflation.
The Federal Reserve announced Wednesday it's pulling back economic support. Basic costs like gas, food, and electricity have all increased since last year. I'm Gloria Pazmino reporting.
For some perspective here, the last time the Federal Reserve was this aggressive with an interest rate hike, that was back in early 2000 when it raised rates by 6.5%.
Well, Michigan State students repainted a rock on campus to honor the victims of the mass shooting. Monday night, a man with no apparent ties to the university shot and killed 3 students and injured 5 others. Today, students painted the rock to say, "To those we lost, to those healing," Brian, Ariel, and Alexandria. Michigan State University is holding a vigil tonight.
Turkey's presidential spokesperson says the country has moved about 1.6 million people out of the areas impacted by the recent earthquakes. Ibrahim Kalin says the government is taking every precaution in case there are more aftershocks, and that means providing as much aid as possible to help people leave if they want.
And the means are available for people to leave. We are providing free airfare, we're providing free bus rides and train rides, and other facilities like hotels.
Kalin says the government is also providing resources for people who want to stay where they are, and that it will continue to support people staying and those leaving in the days and weeks to come. Pat Fowler has announced she's ending her campaign for re-election to the First Ward Council seat. Fowler cited her stepmother's failing health as a reason for stepping down, saying, quote, "I want to make certain she has my best attention and my best efforts." In her announcement, Fowler challenged everyone to continue to ask hard questions of ourselves. She will serve out the rest of her current term.
State lawmakers are looking at banning a popular social media app from all government devices.
This comes after security concerns with the app TikTok. KOMU8's Jacob Siciliano is live at the state capitol with what this ban could mean for Missourians. Hey, Jacob, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. If the bill were to pass, it would only affect those with government-owned devices. Reporting live from Jefferson City, Jacob Siciliano, KOMU 8 News.
Volunteers with the Red Cross are in California tonight to help after storms ravage the area. And a handful of suspects in murder cases were in court today. We'll take a look at those cases. Plus, the Missouri House adopted a new dress code for female representatives. What representatives have to say about it, this is KOMU8 News at 9.
Coverage you can count on. KOMU8 News starts now.
California is still reeling from storms as floods and high winds battered the state. Good evening, everyone. I'm Raina Katko. Thanks for joining us tonight. KOMU8's Hunter Walterman is in the studio with how people right here at home are stepping up to help. Hunter.
Yeah, Raina, the Red Cross of Central and Northern Missouri has been to Florida, Puerto Rico, and St. Louis. And as the country deals with increasingly dangerous storms, now they're on the West Coast as the death toll rises. Rushing water, covered roads, and aerial rescues. California has been devastated by 2 weeks of nonstop flooding. The death toll rising to 19. Now, the cleanup effort begins, which includes the Red Cross of Central and Northern Missouri. Even so, the Red Cross is still able to help out closer to home, hosting their annual blood drive for CPD officer Molly Bowden, killed during a traffic stop in 2005. Neighbors working together to help people far away and close to home. Gordon says volunteers have noticed damage from storms becoming more severe. The U.S. Geological Service says that's a side effect of climate change, as the number of storms stay roughly the same but become much more severe. In the studio, Hunter Walterman, KOMU 8 News.
All right, thanks, Hunter. Since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade this summer, Missourians seeking abortion care have had the option to do so in Illinois. Governor Pritzker signed reproductive health care legislation to protect out-of-state abortion seekers.
Since that day, we've seen out-of-state patients who've been denied their rights in other states coming to Illinois for abortion care. Our clinics have been doing their best to serve the people seeking to exercise their rights, but they've been overwhelmed.
That adds Illinois to the list of states that have placed reinforcements around abortion. Emmy.
Today was quite a chilly day across Missouri. That cloud cover is a hint of what's to come for some rain chances later on this week that I'll talk more about in my full forecast.
A Columbia woman accused of burning a body in a fire pit appeared in court for the first time today. 20-year-old Emma Adams pleaded not guilty to second-degree murder and abandonment of a corpse. She was supposed to appear in court yesterday, but she refused to show up. Her bond hearing is next Tuesday, and her preliminary hearing is scheduled for February 16th. James Wilson also appeared in court today. You may recall he was charged last year in connection to a 1984 rape and assault in Columbia. That case sat cold for years until DNA evidence connected Wilson to the crime in 2020. Wilson waived his formal arraignment and pleaded not guilty. A status hearing is set for March 13th. Cadillac Derek pleaded not guilty in court today. Derek is charged in the double murder of 2 women in North Columbia back in November. Police responded to reports of shots fired late in the night of November 5th. They arrested Derek in connection to the incident early the next morning. The judge set Derek's next court date for February 27th. One man is in jail for a shooting at a break time on Paris Road in Columbia. That shooting happened last month. CPD says 27-year-old Terrence Johnson was arrested around 8 a.m. yesterday in St. Louis. He's charged with first-degree assault, armed criminal action, and shooting a firearm at a vehicle. Officials say Johnson has been on the run since the shooting December 19th. One victim was taken to the hospital for gunshot wounds. Police also arrested 26-year-old Jasmine Bell. She's accused of helping Johnson, and she's charged with first-degree assault.
Well, tomorrow morning's going to be well below freezing, but warmer mornings and even warmer afternoons are on their way in for mid-Missouri.
Coming up, there's a new women's dress code for legislators. Hear how they're responding after the break. Plus, updates on the classified documents found in President Biden's private office.
The USDA has granted additional approval for a bee vaccine, the first vaccine approved for any insect in the U.S. A bacterial disease was found in almost half of beehives worldwide and is destroying bee colonies. Researchers developed the vaccine and are now seeking state-by-state approval for it. Bees are crucial, of course, for pollination and a process that is necessary for 1/3 of all food. The vaccine is fed to the queen bee in a sugar paste, and she then passes it on to all the eggs that she lays.
You've probably seen a lot of snowmen, but have you seen one that's 6 stories tall? Well, now you can, because for some people in Wisconsin, they have too. Meet Jeffrey, the 58-foot tall snowman. The family that created him has been making giant snow creations since 2019, and they only have one rule: bigger is better. This year's creation is named after the creator's late brother, Jeff. That is such a big snowman. Did you see how it's stacked like that?
It's
That's
crazy.
So cool. I don't know how you would.
I can barely make a regular snowman.
I've never tried, so I don't know. That seems fun. That's our time for now. We'll see you at 10.
We've heard about support animals, but normally they're snuggly, not stinky. Well, the dispatch center in Knox County, Indiana has a support skunk. Yeah, a skunk named Nugget is the center's emotional support animal. He hangs out in the office every day with his owner, but Nugget doesn't smell. Domestic skunks in Indiana must get descented before you can get them, so they're actually not stinky. But I still don't know how I feel about those claws I saw.
I mean, I think it's fine. It's just like a cat. A cat has claws too.
I don't know. I'm just not used to seeing
Give
skunks.
me an emotional support raccoon. I want one in this weather center.
No. I'm going to put my foot down on that, Matt. Sorry.